Donkey Kong is not only a big ape, but he holds a lot of big secrets. One of Nintendo's longest-running characters has a history filled with murder, disappearing family members, and some gaming secrets fans didn't find out until years and years later. Before we begin, subscribe to TheGamer and don't forget to ring that bell to become a part of our notification squad, where you'll be the first to know of new content. Without further ado, here are 9 dark secrets about Donkey Kong Nintendo tried to hide. The murder of Mario. Mario and Donkey Kong may get along all well and good today, but it didn't exactly start out so friendly. The original Donkey Kong was actually Mario's pet who he mistreated and abused. After playing as Mario in the original Donkey Kong Jr. allows you to get some revenge on the plumber. Once you beat the game, a cutscene showcases a knocked-out Mario with a halo over his head. At least he still made it to heaven, despite being an animal abuser at the time. We can only imagine the pain Mario must have felt falling to his death. Probably one of the more darker times in Mario's life before he reformed and became friends with his former pet. An aging Donkey Kong. The Donkey Kong our parents played with is not the same primate. Sure, the graphics have improved, but the characters have also grown and evolved over the years. The original 8-bit Donkey Kong is not the same character featured in games like Donkey Kong Country. The modern Donkey Kong we all know and love is actually the grandson of the original. The original Donkey Kong is now referred to as Cranky Kong and features a much older appearance. As for Donkey Kong's father, Donkey Kong Jr., he quietly disappeared and has not been a part of the video game landscape for years. We're guessing he got arrested for killing Mario back in the day. It just feels good to know that Donkey Kong we play with today isn't the same one known for kidnapping women. Donkey Kong versus King Kong. One rules the video game world, and one rules the big screen. But you can't help but compare Donkey Kong to King Kong. Both characters are known for holding girls prisoner at extremely high heights and are also notorious for being misunderstood in their actions. Universal obviously didn't understand the differences between the two because in 1984, the motion picture company took Nintendo to court over copyright issues between the two. Once the dust settled, only one ape would prevail, and it was Donkey Kong. Not one to brag, the case was quickly swept under the rug as each ape attempted to rule their own domain. Obviously, George from the Rampage franchise saw some issues with this and is now trying to conquer both of them with a feature-length Rampage movie. Donkey Kong battles the rip-offs. Not only did Donkey Kong have to lawyer up to take on Universal Pictures and King Kong, but the gaming franchise spearheaded multiple lawsuits aimed at taking down rip-offs and copycat games over the years. Some games were stopped before they were released, and others had to be forced out of retail and the hands of young gamers who thought that they were getting the real thing. Some of these barely tried to conceal the fact that they were Donkey Kong rip-offs. Titles like Crazy Kong, Conky Kong, and Kongorilla were quickly pulled off shelves and out of local arcades. One of the more blatant attempts at stealing quarters from the franchise was Donkey King, just a one-letter difference between it and the real title. These games quickly learned not to mess with the OG, original gorilla, the undefeated Donkey Kong. The original Donkey Kong game is beloved by many. The cabinets are still played, run in arcades, and are part of tournaments. The only problem? No matter how long you play, how good you get, or how many barrels you jump, there is no true way to beat the whole game. Due to a glitch and limitations in the classic game code, the game will freeze and cut to an error message during the 177th screen and in the 22nd level of the game. For players who loved fully completing games, not only is this extremely frustrating, but Donkey Kong essentially survives the game and cannot be stopped. There's no way around it. In the original arcade version of Donkey Kong, the beast remains undefeated. Sorry, Mario. Escaping Minecart Carnage. The release of Donkey Kong Country for the SNES not only changed the whole Donkey Kong franchise, but it changed platform games as well. The fast-paced 3D graphics and different interactive elements really showcased a lot of innovation. Not only could you hustle through levels as Donkey Kong, but you could tag team with Diddy as well. One of the more challenging levels in the game was Minecart Carnage. The level moved at its own pace, required precision timing, and often led to Donkey Kong crashing to his death. Who knew that after all these years, you could just skip the whole level, jump over the barrel in the beginning, fall down a shaft, and then magically land in the final cart to reach the exit within seconds? If we only had some YouTube gamer tips back in the 1990s. Donkey Kong loves the 3DS. When Donkey Kong isn't chasing away bad guys, collecting bananas, or fighting his way around Super Smash Bros., he's most likely playing some video games on the side. As showcased in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, Donkey Kong loves to whip out a Nintendo 3DS during his downtime. Leave the controller down for a few moments to see it all in action. Some players also discovered that if you adjust the in-game music, you can actually hear the games Donkey Kong plays on the 3DS. Some of his favorite titles include Mario Kart, Super Mario 3D Land, and Animal Crossing. One question: where does Donkey Kong actually put the console when he's not playing it? At least Diddy could hide it under his hat. The Secret Coin. Donkey Kong 64 may not have received the critical acclaim of Super Mario Mario 64, but the game still has a lot of fun levels to explore and play through. Once you get through the basic missions, one of the best challenges is to collect the rainbow banana coins. These coins are scattered throughout the whole game, and for years, players assumed that there were only 976 of them. Recently, one of Donkey Kong's biggest secrets was unearthed when a player named Isotarge discovered the ultra-rare 977th coin. By traveling through parts of levels filled with glitches and errors, he was able to find the coin and truly complete the rainbow banana coin collection. The coin is nearly impossible to find and must have taken him hours and hours to explore. Bluster Kong. For multiple decades, we've seen the digital destruction of barrels over and over again. There have been millions of barrels completely destroyed over the years, but where do they all come from? The answer comes from the Donkey Kong Country TV show. The animated show was one of the first fully CGI animated shows on TV and introduced a new character by the name of Bluster Kong. Bluster Kong is a villain on the show and the boss of the barrel manufacturing plant. He has only ever appeared on the animated show, but at least we get some answers about all those dang barrels scattered throughout each game. Wow, well there you have it. What secret is the darkest? Do you love Donkey Kong games? Are there any secrets we missed? Let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to TheGamer so you can stay up to date with our awesome videos. Thanks for watching.